Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 9th of March, 1981, and the title is Put an End to All Laboring and Become a Constant Yogi. Today, Baba, the conqueror of the hearts of the children, is happy to see the love in the hearts of the children. Today's meeting is of Baba, the comforter of hearts, and the children who are his lovers. Whether you are personally in front of Baba or physically far away, you are close to the heart. Because of the love in their heart, the children who are far away are still close to the conqueror of hearts. The melody of Baba is constantly playing in the hearts of the beloved children. It is an unlimited melody, not a limited one. Even now, such children are merged in Baba's eyes. Bap Dada is giving them a special response for their remembrance. All of you children are seated in the heart of Baba, the comforter of hearts, but all of you are still number-wise. Just as in the rosary of 16,000, all are beads of that rosary, but there is a difference between the first 8 and the last bead. They are beads, but there is a great difference. The basis of attaining this number is in the main slogan, be holy, be yogi. The first type of yogis are those who are constantly in yoga. The second are those who have yoga, and the third are those who are constantly making effort to remove their obstacles and cut away their sins. They receive fruit according to the effort they make. Those who, on the basis of the elevated actions they have performed on the path of bhakti, receive an inheritance of a limited kingdom without effort, attain everything on the basis of their right to their inheritance. Because of this, they automatically have the intoxication of their kingdom. They don't have to make effort to remember that they are princes or kings. They have natural awareness of that attainment and that prosperity. There are no kings nowadays, but this refers to the kings at the beginning of the Copper Age. It is an aspect of the time of Satoguni devotion. Similarly, the first type of children naturally have a yogi life. Their treasure of attainment is constantly overflowing on the basis of their inheritance. They don't have to labor or ask, give me happiness today, or give me peace today. As soon as they press the button of their thoughts, the mine of happiness and peace opens for them. They are constantly overflowing. That is, they are yogyukt. Their yoga is constantly connected. The second type of yogis are those who have to make effort to have yoga. They are like today's businessmen. Sometimes they earn very much and sometimes very little. Nevertheless, they have riches. They have the intoxication of their earnings. They also do have happiness, but it is not constant. Sometimes they are an embodiment of total contentment, but at other times, because they think they want more, they labor. They are not constantly overflowing or stable. They are not constantly content with themselves. They do have yoga, but when their yoga breaks, they have to make effort to reconnect it. The third type are like today's workers. They simply earn and eat. They eat comfortably according to how much they earn. However, they don't accumulate any stock. That is why they don't constantly dance in happiness. Because of the effort they have to make, their heart sometimes feels disheartened and sometimes feels happy. These are the three types of children. Baba says, all of you receive an inheritance of the treasure of all attainments. All of you have this right. You are natural yogis. You are natural masters of the self. You are the children and the masters of the Father's treasures. So, why do you have to make so much effort? Why should you, master creators, have to labor like workmen? Those people earn 200 and live on that 200, or they earn 2000 and live on that 2000. In the same way, you have 2 hours of yoga and experience 2 hours of its fruits. Today, you had 6 hours yoga or you had 4 hours yoga. Why is this? The heir to a kingdom would never say that he has a kingdom for just 2 days or 4 days. Similarly, you are constantly the children of the Father and therefore always the masters of his treasures. To say, Baba, and then to have to labor to have remembrance is a contradiction. Therefore, constantly remember the slogan, I am an elevated soul who is a child and a master. I have a right to all treasures. Don't play any games of winning and losing, winning and then losing again. I have attained whatever I wanted, so then why should you lose what you have won and have to win it back again? Otherwise, you must change the song you sing. I am still attaining. I am still attaining. These are not the words of someone who has all rights. You are the children of the Father who is constantly full. You are the children of the ocean. What are you going to do now? Become constant yogis. Who am I? Is it I am a Brahmin who becomes a deity? Or is it I am a warrior who will become a deity? Bap Dada feels mercy for the children on seeing the effort they have to make. Does it seem right for the children of a king to have a laborer's job? All of you have to become masters. Today, Baba has just come to meet groups. So, why was the Murli spoken? Today, many Mahavir children are pulling Baba. Today, Bap Dada spoke the Murli while keeping those children in front of him. Many Mahavir children from this land and abroad are remembering Baba a great deal. Bap Dada is also especially remembering such servers, sevadhari, obedient, agyakari, and natural yogis. Bap Dada is giving special love and remembrance to all the Madhuban Nivasis and the foreigners who are like chatrak birds and who constantly want to hear the Murli. They are so serviceable, loveful, and are merged in love. Baba is giving special love and remembrance to all the Madhuban Nivasis and to all those who are sitting down below and yet are in front of Baba's eyes. To such tireless, serviceable children, as well as this special love, remembrance, and namaste to the lucky stars who are personally in front of Baba. Personal meeting with the brothers and sisters from the zones of Bengal, Bihar, and Nepal. You have heard the Murli. Now you have heard the Murli, you must become the practical embodiment of that. One is to become aware of something, and the other is to become an embodiment of that. Everyone becomes aware of what they hear. Even souls without knowledge are able to remember what they have heard. But to have knowledge means to put what you are told into practice. To be a master and a child means to become an embodiment of what you are told. Together with effort, you also have to experience the reward of that. It should not be that you still consider yourselves to be effort makers and think that you will receive your reward at some time in the future. The specialty of the confluence age is that you make effort now and also experience the practical fruit of that effort now. To be an embodiment of remembrance now and to experience attainment now, you have the guarantee for the future. However, the present fortune is even greater than that of the future. You have received your inheritance of the present time. Have you not? Have you attained it? Or are you still going to attain it? You have attained it, in which case you are not still complaining at Amrit Vela, are you? There can be either remembrance or complaints. Where there is remembrance, there cannot be complaints. Where there is a complaint, there cannot be remembrance. So all of your complaints have now stopped. All of your question marks have stopped. In complaints, there are question marks, whereas in remembrance, there is just a full stop, the point. Become a point and remember the point. Baba is the point, and you too are all points. So having come to the land of transformation, you must definitely bring about some special transformation. Now, stop complaining and return from here as natural yogis. There is confusion and no happiness in complaints. So, claim your treasure of happiness from the Father. There should be no confusion. Confusion was the treasure you received from your physical father. That has now stopped. All physical relations have ended, and so all your complaints should have ended. You now belong to the Alokik Father and have an Alokik inheritance. So your list of complaints has now ended. Has it not? You have torn it up, have you not? If it's just erased, you might sometimes say that it's still there. Therefore, put an end to them all by tearing up the list. Give your time to service. The kingdom is still waiting to be taken until you become ready. Have you made a new plan for service? All of you served in Mahayagya, great sacrificial fire. It is not a small thing to have a gathering of Brahmins and be present in service. Be present and ever ready on time. Keep the aim of maintaining your power of tolerance. All of this also accumulates in your register. This is connected with your final result. Nowadays, they have exams every 3 months or 6 months. All their marks are accumulated and are part of their final result. You too receive marks for cooperating in all the elevated tasks of Brahmins. These marks will be accumulated for the final result. You tolerated everything and you used your body, mind, and wealth. To use means to attain. To do something according to the directions you receive also accumulates marks. You did not just come to the Mahayagya, but you accumulated marks for the final result. So, this is service, is it not? To spread this sound is also a subject in service. There are many forms of service. Therefore, to spread the sound as a gathering is also service. You were happy to meet the family, were you not? You saw so many brothers and sisters. Does anyone in any other age have such a huge family? This was just a sample. It was not the whole family. You would have to make the whole of Delhi your own to gather the whole family together. If you were to gather together in Abu, then you would have to gather together as far as Abu Road. Everyone will offer their buildings for you to use. They will prepare the Victoria ground and give it to you. They will say, "Come, welcome." Gradually, the sound will spread. Now, those people think that you are no less. And seeing such a huge gathering after Brahma Baba became Avyakt, they surrendered themselves. In other places, organizations break up after their leader departs. However, here it increases and they see the wonder of this. All of you have served with your pure thoughts, your power of cooperation, and the power of the gathering. Now you are to be invited everywhere. The governor's house will become your house. 1. Do you constantly consider yourselves to be seated on the hearth throne? In no other age throughout the cycle, only at the confluence age can you attain this hearth throne. Who can sit on the hearth throne? Those whose heart is constantly with Baba, the comforter of hearts. The place for those who constantly have the stage of belonging to the one Father and none other is the heart throne. So, where do you live? When you leave your throne, you end up on the gallows. You become trapped in the gallows of Maya for birth after birth. It is either the Father's heart throne or the gallows of Maya. So, where are you going to stay? You should not remember anyone but the one Father, not even your own body. If you remember your body, then together with that, You also remember your bodily relations, possessions, and the whole world, one after another. If there is a subtle thread connected, even in your thoughts, then that will pull you towards itself. This is why there should be no strings attached to your thoughts, words, or actions, even in a subtle way. Constantly remain free, and you will be able to release others. Nowadays, the whole world is crying out in distress because of being trapped in the trap of Maya. In order to release everyone from this trap, you first have to release yourself. There must be no bondages in your thoughts, even in a subtle way. To the extent that you are free from bondages, accordingly, you will be able to stabilize in your elevated stage. If you do still have any bondages, they can pull you down even though you want to stay up. 2. Do all of you consider yourselves to be the specially chosen, elevated souls of this world? Do you feel that the Father Himself has made you belong to Him? Out of all the souls of the whole world, Baba has chosen a handful of souls, and out of those, you are the few elevated souls. What should you feel as soon as you have this thought? You should experience super sensuous joy. Do you experience this? Do you experience super sensuous joy? Or have you just heard about it? Have you experienced this in practice? Or do you just know about it? Knowledge means understanding. Understanding means to experience. To listen and relate is different from experiencing. This elevated knowledge is for becoming experienced. You have been hearing and relating many different types of knowledge from the Copper Age. What is so great about still doing now what you have been doing for half the cycle? This is a new life, a new age, and new knowledge for the new world. And so, it can only be new when you experience it in practice. You should experience every word, the soul, the Supreme Soul, the cycle, etc. You should have the realization and experience of being a soul. You should have the experience of the Supreme Soul. This is known as newness. Do you experience this to be a new day, a new night, a new family? You are now receiving knowledge as the fruit of your devotion. Therefore, become experienced in this knowledge. Put it into practice. 3. All of you are victorious jewels. Are you not? The flag of victory is strong, is it not? Victory is your birthright. This is not just a slogan to be chanted, but a slogan of your practical life. You are the victorious ones of every cycle, not just victorious in this one cycle. You have been victorious countless times. Such victorious jewels constantly remain cheerful. There are waves of sorrow in those who are defeated. Those who are constantly victorious will be constantly happy. There can be no waves of sorrow under any circumstances in you. You have stepped away from the world of sorrow. The night has come to an end, and you have now stepped into the dawn. Therefore, how can there be any waves of sorrow? Your flag of victory should be constantly flying high. It should not come down at the time of farewell. Baba is also bound in love. He cannot become free from this even if he wanted to. This is why a picture of bondages has been portrayed on the path of devotion. In a practical way also, even though Baba is Avyakt, he is bound by the bondage of love. He was freed from that corporeal form, but he was unable to be released from this bond. This is why you are bound in love, and Baba is also bound in this, signaling to the foreigners. All of them are also doing tapasya. Is it day or night now? This is why it is said that a magic spell has been cast on them. Blessing, may you be a detached trustee who has removed your intellect from the spinning of the consciousness of mind and been made free from all confusion. When your intellect is caught up in any type of confusion, you must realize that you definitely have one or another form of the consciousness of mind. When there is this consciousness of mind, the intellect spins around. When you think as a householder, you have confusion. Therefore, become a completely detached trustee. To have that consciousness of mind and to think my name will be defamed, I am being insulted in confusion, then no matter how much you try to put yourself right, you will continue to be confused. Therefore, become a trustee and become free from all this confusion. The children of God should never be confused about anything. Slogan: you are the children of the Senior Father. Therefore, neither have a small heart nor become afraid of trivial matters. Om Shanti.